This podcast contains adult themes and language, and some of the things that we discuss may be disturbing to some listeners. In this podcast, we discuss sexual assault, torture, race, and murder. Listener discretion is advised. Hey, Fruit Loops Pod Squad. We had some challenges this week and were unable to finish our episode in time. But we didn't want to leave you with nothing to listen to, so we're releasing one of our patron-only extra episodes. We release these weekly for our patrons on Patreon, and this one is from the week of August 8th. We hope you enjoy it. We will have a new episode for you next week. With that said, let's get on with the show. Extra, read all about it. Fruit Loops has some updates for you, and we are going to shout it.
Shout it.
Oh, my friend, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing good. It's a good day.
It is.
Yeah.
We're recording this on a Friday, which is nice.
Yeah.
We love Fridays. And that is all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
Because it's wild out there. Let's get into it.
It is wild.
Let's see. Did you hear about the ICU nurse who killed 6 people in a Los Angeles car crash?
No.
What? You didn't see the video?
I did not.
Girl,
I saw the video of Anne Hesh driving into a house.
Oh, I didn't see that video, but it was all over my timeline that she is not doing well in a coma, not expected to survive. She died?
She died. Yep.
Stop it. Oh my God. Anne Heche?
I will not. Yep.
Oh my God.
I know.
Whoa.
I was shocked too. She's pretty young. She's like 52 or something.
Yes, but I think I saw that there was fentanyl in her system.
Well, they said there might be drugs in her system, but they didn't say what the drugs were. They were speculating. And so, she was probably doing drugs.
Well, let me tell you, like I said, when you can't go on a vacation, the Rona's everywhere, monkeypox.
You gotta
just
escape. Don't drive a car.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me about this ICU nurse.
So this woman killed 6 people. She got in a fight with her mans and got real emotional, jumped in her car, her SUV, and sped through this intersection. By the way, this is a famous intersection. It's off Slauson at like 100 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
And the video, it is a flash and then kablooey explosions.
Holy
it's very
shit.
disturbing to watch.
Yeah.
She's now facing 90 years in prison. She's a Black woman. She's an ICU nurse. She's from Houston. Her name is Nicole Linton. And she's been charged with 6 counts because 6 people were killed, including a pregnant woman. She was 6 or 7 months pregnant on her way to the doctor with her almost 1-year-old son in the car.
Jesus.
And so far, that victim and her baby are the only ones names that have been released that I could find. So rest in power to Sheree Ryan, who was 23. She was pregnant, and her son was almost 1 year old. His name was Alonzo.
That's so sad.
It's really sad, and I think the DA was commented on the fact that she was pregnant because the public was calling for the unborn baby to be an added count, and I think he said he just couldn't because of the way the laws are in California.
Because I was just listening to another podcast about Lacey Peterson.
Oh my God. Okay. I have more questions, but what did they say?
They were saying that the law was changed so that if somebody killed a woman who was pregnant, that they could be charged with the death of the fetus as well.
Oh, interesting. Now, is that in Florida where Lacey Peterson is
California.
from? Interesting. Oh, well, I guess we'll have to stay tuned on that one. But for this particular case, the DA wasn't in a position to do it, even though the public was calling for it. Linton, the nurse, is being held on $9 million bail, so she's never
getting out. Yeah.
If convicted,
so she wasn't hospitalized.
She was hospitalized.
Oh, okay.
I think she got out of the hospital earlier this week. The crash happened the end of last week.
Oh,
and what was I going to say?
Wow.
Oh, everybody thought she was faded or on drugs.
no drugs in her system or
She
alcohol
was
to
just
speak of.
mad.
She was just mad.
Wow.
And I feel like it's an example of hurt people hurt people. She was hurt. She
Yeah.
got in her car and she hurt other people in
Yeah.
a really horrific way. Also, apparently, she's had 13 crashes, 13 car accidents,
Holy
which
shit.
is a lot. But
Yeah, that's
I
nuts.
mean, considering that there's so many people and so many cars on the road, it would be weird if you had 0 accidents.
That would be weird,
That would
yeah,
be
but
weird, but
13 is a
13 is
lot.
a lot of
I
car
think in my
accidents.
entire life, I may have been in 4 accidents,
Really?
and most of them were not my fault.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've been in a handful, maybe 3, and I'm 38. Wait a
Right.
minute, how old am I? Yeah, I think I'm 38. But
Isn't it funny how when as you get older, you
I'm
forget
like,
how
I
old
have
you
no
are?
idea.
Yeah, I don't know. 30 something, maybe 40, who knows?
I'm pushing 40. That's all that matters. And my knees will tell you the same. Now, yeah, 13 crashes is a lot. So the public was also like, how did this woman still have a driver's license? But
Yeah,
but accidents happen. I tell people this
yeah,
all the time that just because you get in an accident, it doesn't make you a bad person. That's why people have insurance. Is because bad things
right.
happen, right?
They
It's just
just happen. Yeah, you're not it's
13
not like
is a
you're
lot.
planning on
I know.
having an accident.
Ooh, let me get in my car. Let me crash everything. Kill every. No, you know what? That's very insensitive. I'm gonna stop. But anyway, that's a lot of car crashes for one
Yeah,
person.
it
But
is.
even in LA.
Yeah.
So what do you got? I'm so surprised you didn't. Oh, I have to ask. Another podcast about Lacey Peterson.
Oh,
What?
yeah. What was I doing? I forget. I was listening to some podcast and I don't know, I was just listening to, like, different episodes, and one of them happened to be Lacey Peterson.
Oh, okay.
That's
You
one
do you
of
do you, boo.
it's a story that interests me, like, every once in a
I
while.
thought about this because you were also really into the Lori Vallow story, which
Yes.
I did not find compelling, but it was one of those stories that it just never seemed to go away. It always
Yeah.
lingered a bit, kinda like Lacey's story.
So,
And
Lace
eventually there something happened.
Yeah, I think what fascinates me is it just like weird stories. Like the Lacey
Yeah.
Peterson story to me is weird. Like what happened? It's just
Yeah.
like odd. And
Yeah.
then the Lori Vallow one too, like the whole cult element
Yeah.
and like she killed her kids and
Yeah.
we don't know exactly what happened and
Yeah.
yeah it's just fascinating to me. I'm like always trying to figure out, well, maybe somebody will give me some information, well I'll know what happened, but they never
It
do. So
yeah. Yeah, but we're still interested in that stuff. So,
yeah, well,
and
if there's no answer to my satisfaction, then I continue to be interested because I want an answer.
oh my god, they're teasing you. Oh my god,
Yes.
it's true crime foreplay. Oh
Yes,
my
it
god,
is.
oh, behave. Uh, wow. Well, thanks for, answering my question. I
Oh,
was
you're welcome,
curious,
you're
and I was
welcome.
thinking about it earlier this
Yeah,
week.
what the hell?
What is it? Because we'll talk about 9 in a bit because 'cause I'm
Oh,
fascinated
yeah.
by what is going on, but,
Yes, yes,
hit that's
that's on
his
my next,
oh,
story.
okay,
Right, okay.
okay, tell me about it.
So you guys all know probably by now that the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago this past Monday. Um,
Uh-oh, you in
yeah, yeah.
trouble.
And, they were looking for classified documents, and,
Yeah.
what had happened was
Come to find out, matter of fact, those are
when
things black people
Trump
say when the story's really compelling.
come to find out, when Trump left the White House, he was supposed to turn over, his documents to the National Archives, and
Oh,
the National Archives said it received some documents, at the end of the administration, but that some of them had been torn up and taped back together, and that
oopsies.
others were handed over in scraps.
Wait, you're not allowed to do that?
I found out like through all this that Trump was in the habit of tearing up documents. Like he would just tear
Yeah.
them up, and people would like come after him, be like, "No, you can't do that," and
You
then they would
can't
like
do
tape
that.
them back together, and sometimes he would flush them down the toilet.
Yes. Isn't that
Yeah,
wild?
that's
You're the
nuts.
president,
You're
sir.
the president. Why are you
You
doing
can't
this?
do that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't
so
know you
over
weren't I was just thinking, maybe he thought you weren't supposed, like, I don't know.
I
I'm just
think he
thinking, I'm
just
trying to
has
the logic.
no, he has no respect for anything. So he
Mhm.
doesn't give a shit. He's like, I don't like this. I'm going to tear it up.
Got you.
That's Trump. Yeah.
Yeah.
So over the past year and a half, Trump has repeatedly faced questions about the documents that he turned over and the documents that he kept that by law were supposed to be handed over to the National Archives. And
Right.
in mid-January of 2022, the National Archives succeeded in retrieving 15 boxes of materials that Trump took from the White House and was
Oh.
storing at Mar-a-Lago. And the
Uh-oh.
agency said it had negotiated with Trump's lawyer throughout 2021 to have those materials returned.
Mhm.
But sometime after receiving those boxes, the National Archives discovered what appeared to be classified information within the documents.
Oh, no.
And yeah, so they flagged the incident to the Justice Department.
Okay.
And so, and I've been
That's our
listening.
boy Merrick Garland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Christopher Wray is the head of the FBI, and guess who appointed him?
Did Mr. Trump do that?
Yep. Yeah.
Congratulations, bro. You played yourself so hard on that one. Wow.
So, a federal grand jury issued a subpoena related to the document investigation, and at some point in the spring, some
Mhm.
federal agents, including one involved in counterintelligence, made a
Oh.
visit to Mar-a-Lago to get more information about the classified documents that might
Just a friendly
still be
visit.
there. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
friendly visit.
Mhm.
Talk to him, and apparently they were trying to, see if there were any there and try to get them back if they were, but apparently Trump wasn't cooperating. So
Oh, no.
FBI agents, they descended on his home. They had to break open a safe.
Oh,
And I've
no.
been
Not
listening
the
to a lot
safe.
of I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about this, like political podcasts, like
Yeah.
Stay Tuned with
Oh,
Preet
of course,
and
of course.
The Daily and
Yes.
stuff like that to try
Yeah.
to get more information.
Understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got the impression that somebody probably told them that there was something in the safe, because otherwise they probably
Oh,
wouldn't have like gone to that
to those
extreme.
lengths.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Ooh.
And so they got these documents.
Ooh, yeah.
And then after they went to his house and got these documents, then of course Trump was complaining, and he said it was like a political hit job, and
Yep.
he also claimed that Obama took documents.
Oh, no.
And
Get
yeah,
out of here.
and the
Keep my
national
president's name out your mouth.
the National Archives said no, that's not true. Obama was very cooperative, and
Uh-huh.
Trump is
Uh-huh.
such a dick. And so all the GOP is like all freaking out and
Right.
saying all kinds of ridiculous stuff. So
Yeah, my favorite has been defund the police. And I never thought I would hear a white person say that.
oh my God, that's hilarious.
Marjorie Taylor Greene said defund the FBI. And I said, is there
Oh
something
my
wrong with my
God.
eyeballs or my screen? Because this can't be right.
Yeah. And the other day, a guy attacked the FBI office in Cincinnati with a nail gun.
A nail gun, sir.
That scared the shit out of me. Get away from me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. As far as weapons go,
That's a nasty
it's just
one.
painful.
Yeah,
Nasty.
yeah, nasty. Yeah.
Mm.
So, because of all these things, Merrick Garland gave a press conference, basically because Trump had brought it up and the Republicans were saying all these ridiculous things.
Uh-huh.
So he felt like he had to at least say something about it. But you could tell by the press conference that he was like, I'm not going to say what we're looking for. Our investigation
Mhm.
speaks for
Mhm.
itself, and
Mhm.
we're going to unseal the warrant because Trump has the warrant. He could give it. He was saying something about the warrant that
Mhm.
he didn't have it or something like that, and there's like he
Yeah.
has it. He has it,
Uh-huh.
and he could
No.
let you guys see it if he wants to, but he doesn't want to apparently. So we're gonna
Yeah, the
unseal
text
it.
says you read it.
Yeah,
So what's going on?
yeah,
The text, the bubbles on my phone say you read my message.
yeah,
So what is going on? Oh
yeah.
my god.
So they unsealed it today,
They
and
did. Oh.
yeah, they did. So
Oh.
that happened about 3 p.m. Eastern time today.
Mm.
The filing includes two attachments, attachment A and attachment B, and
Girl, did you read them? Are you reading
no, I
them? Okay.
didn't. I didn't. I'm
Okay.
just looking at it. I will read them, but
Oh.
I'm just reading from a news article.
Okay.
So it indicates that the Justice Department, in its search of the Mar-a-Lago estate, is investigating potential violation of at least three separate criminal statutes, including a statute under the Espionage Act.
Wow, that's serious.
Yeah, and there's other stuff in there, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, all the programming I listened to today said he took the nuclear codes home.
Well, that's a rumor that's
Okay.
going around. We don't
Okay.
know for sure. Some sources have said that classified documents relating to nuclear weapons were among the items that the FBI sought.
Mhm.
But we don't know what
I love
exactly.
I love how like you even sound very measured. Like, well, but the media is really bad at this. Though the because the media is mostly white, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
what is really frustrating to me is he is a crime person. He is a
Oh,
person who
yeah.
committed
He is a
crimes,
criminal.
but for some reason, wait, I know what it is. He's rich, powerful, male, and white. The
Right.
rules seem to just not apply,
Yeah, yeah, so
get
that was one
changed.
one thing that, Merrick Garland said that I really liked, was that, let's see, what did he say? I wrote it down.
Mm.
He said, "Faithful adherence to the rule of law is the bedrock principle of the Justice Department and our democracy. Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing."
Okay,
So,
Merrick
yeah. You
Garland.
go, girl.
You go, girl. Okay, we see you, Merrick.
Yeah,
I felt so bad for Merrick Garland when he got nominated by Barack Obama to be a Supreme Court justice, and I
right.
know he would have done an excellent job, but I
Yeah,
feel like
and he got
this is his.
blocked for
Yeah,
18 months or something?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then, what's the lady, that Christian lady got nominated, like, I don't know, a month before the election, and it's so
I get all my white ladies confused. Amy Coney Barrett.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think of her as the Christian lady.
Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, she is that too.
Yeah.
But
So, it's been a delicious week.
it has been. I will say I have felt like and back to your point about the Lori Vallow and the Lacey Peterson, like this Trump story is one that has been lingering in the news for years.
Yeah, yeah.
He did it. Everybody, he did it, but
He
he's
did
not
it,
in
yeah.
jail. And
Right.
it's still, and so every time I heard news about it, I just would brush it off because I knew nothing was going to happen. But now it feels like something's happening
Something,
and I
yeah.
am paying attention.
I'm still not sure that anything's going to happen, but I was also listening to an episode of I don't remember. It was
Oh,
something,
it's
and
okay.
they were talking about like all of the different investigations that are going on right now
Mm-hmm.
against Trump, like the Georgia thing.
Oh yeah. yeah.
and the January 6th.
Uh-huh.
And there's something going on in New York, I think.
Uh-oh.
And so he's got like all these investigations going on, and they were saying, well, which one do you think is he losing sleep over? And they were like, the Georgia one.
You think so?
That's
Oh,
what
and
they said.
that's what they said. Did
That's
they
what
say
they
why they
said.
thought that?
No, I don't remember. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Well, this is such a compelling story, and I'm really glad we got to talk about it, because I've been like holding my tongue, like,
I know.
did you see this? Now speaking more of 9, 4 and
Yes.
5, add up to 9. That's what I call him.
Right.
He pleaded the 5th.
Oh,
you remember
yeah.
that? You remember that
Yeah, he
Dave
said-
Chappelle sketch where he was like, I plead the 5th. I plead the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. I got something you need to know. I'm gonna plead the 5th. Do you remember that? Ask me a question, I'm gonna say 5th. So many amendments in the Constitution. 5th. Anyway, so that's where
That's
my
what you
mind
were
went
thinking
when I
about.
saw this headline, because your man's Trump was in a deposition for 6 hours, I guess, with the New York district attorney
Oh,
who's
wow.
investigating his business practices. I
Right.
think maybe it was yesterday. And he, when you go into a deposition, you sit down, the court reporter says, okay, hold up your right hand. They swear you in under oath. And then you go answering questions that the lawyers ask you. And under oath, the only question he answered was his name.
That's
Everything else, he pleaded the 5th. He pleaded the
Right.
5th 440 times
Holy shit.
or
Holy
more.
shit. And
I
he's
plead the 5th.
and he famously said only guilty people plead the 5th.
Oh, they use those words against him,
Yeah,
girl. Yes,
yeah. Oh,
he
yeah.
did. So
Mhm.
what's up?
Yeah.
So
it's
I
so
thought that was
awesome.
hilarious.
It's the
Again, more
best.
pep in my step. I have rockets in my shoes. That's how pumped up I am about this week.
Rockets in your
Woo!
shoes.
So that was my story about the 5th. What do you got?
Yeah. I think it's your turn for a story now.
Oh, that was my story. He pleaded the 5th in the
Oh, he
deposition.
pled the 5th. That was it. Okay. So, also Senator Lindsey Graham is in trouble too.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear
What did
about
he do
that?
now? No, I didn't.
He didn't show up for a deposition, I think, or let me see. He
Ooh.
show up for. Oh no, he was supposed to show up for an appearance at the Fulton County Courthouse
Uh-oh.
for a special grand jury
For
investigating
the Georgia
Trump.
thing.
Yeah, for the Georgia thing.
Oh,
And
shit. That's
he
heating up.
was subpoenaed, and he initially challenged the subpoena, but then he reached an agreement to move his challenges to the district court in Georgia because he wanted to, I guess, move it to South Carolina. I don't know. But he came to an agreement, and he was supposed to show on Wednesday, and he didn't show.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's sanction time. Let's hope that the penalties will be enough that he either does what he's supposed to do or goes to jail. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I just feel like maybe these evil people are finally getting their due.
Like the chickens are coming home to roost.
Yes.
Like Malcolm X said.
Yep.
Maybe.
Exactly. Maybe. Because they always say evil people will eventually something will eventually happen, and sometimes you despair. Like, these people are doing these evil things, and they're terrible, and they're hurting people, and you feel like it's never going to stop.
Yeah.
And then one day it does.
One day it does. If we just hang on
Just
for
hang
a
on.
little while longer.
Hang on by your fingertips, everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I would have laughed at your encouraging words to just hang on a little bit.
Yeah.
Because karma always comes through. But now that I have rockets in my shoes because of all this news.
Yeah, talk to me again next week or in a month and see how I feel.
I can hold on for at least another week. That's where I'm
yeah,
at.
for another week for sure. But I
Um,
also I think it was on Preet.
mm,
They were saying that the FBI is probably going to go dark until after the election.
wait a minute. Like they're not going to release any information about their findings? Is that what that means?
Yeah, they're probably not. We're not going to hear anything until after the election because
Shit.
the election is so close,
Yeah.
and
They've made that mistake
they've
before.
made that mistake before. They don't want to
Uh-huh.
do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably going to go dark until after the election. So don't be surprised if we don't hear anything. Don't go into despair.
My rockets have ran out of gas. Oh no. No, I'll be
But
okay.
other things can happen, like the Georgia thing,
Yeah.
the New York thing.
I plead the
And
fifth.
fifth.
Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth. And it's spelled, by the way, F-I-F.
The
Fifth.
fifth. The
Yeah.
fifth.
He goes, Dave Chappelle goes, he goes, hey, I got this important piece of paper in this folder here. I think you want to ask me about it. It says fifth. And on the paper is the word F-I-F.
F-I-F.
Fifth. Oh my God. It's so funny. So, man.
Oh, man.
Well, I have a not so happy story. I have
Okay.
two very not
Not happy. Okay.
not happy stories. So I'll start with the first one. Albuquerque police. Oh no, not the Albuquerque one. And you know what? I'll just go in the Albuquerque one. Albuquerque police have detained a suspect in the killings of Muslim men. Now, these killings, there's been 4, but they've
I
happened
think I
since
heard about this.
November.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 Muslim men have been killed since November, and authorities fear that they may be connected. And I don't need to know anything else. Of course, these are serial hate crimes against Muslims, but the authorities don't want to come out and say that yet for some reason. What they are saying is that they have a primary suspect in custody for the killings of these Muslim men in Albuquerque. The deaths have sparked fear in the Muslim community. So these people have been shooketh for a long time, since 9/11. But this particular event increased that fear. So police tracked down what they believe is a vehicle that was involved in at least one of the slayings. They said not all 4 of them. And they described it as a dark gray silver 4-door Volkswagen Jetta or a Passat with dark tinted windows. Authorities released a picture of the car and have offered a $20,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. Now, it's unclear. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think actually the suspect is Muslim.
Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't see that in the articles. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I actually read articles, more than one for this one. What?
Yeah, I heard about this story and I was very surprised. But yeah, I just Googled it and his name is Muhammad Syed.
Whoa. Okay. Well, forget the reward. They got the suspect.
They
the
got
suspect
him.
in
They
custody.
got him.
Yeah, he's in custody. So I didn't see his name. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
This is a big deal. Even Joe Biden noticed the news about the slayings, and he said, attacks like these have no place in America. Thanks for saying that, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
The victims, let me just list their names. Mohammed Afzal Hussein was 27. Naeem Hussein, 25. Aftab Hussein, 41. And Mohammed Ahmadi, 62. Some of them were from Afghanistan, and some were from Pakistan. But some of them were also members of the same mosque, and they were all killed in ambush shootings.
Wow.
And the common elements again are their race and their religion. And people in the Muslim community have expressed fear, questions, concern, terror. It's affecting their lives in such a profound way. It's affecting how they move on the daily. So people aren't even leaving their houses unless they absolutely have to.
Yep.
And apparently Albuquerque doesn't have many anti-Muslim hate crime reports, at least over the past 5 years. The FBI has a Center for Study of Hate and Extremism. I would think they would be busier than they are. Anyway, from 2017 to 2020, there was 1 anti-Muslim hate crime a year. And I don't know how accurate those numbers are. But that's what they reported.
Hmm.
The highest number of anti-Muslim hate crime in Albuquerque was in 2016. I wonder what happened that year, when
Yeah.
6 out of 25 hate crimes were anti-Muslim.
Wow.
That I guess largely tracks with national trends, which hit their lowest numbers in a decade in 2020. We were all in the house, only to increase by 45% in 2021 in a dozen cities and states. For some reason, Albuquerque authorities say they cannot determine, oh my God, if the slayings were hate crimes or not until they identify the suspect and a motive.
Yeah, so they did
But
identify
they
him,
did
and
identify him, and he's a
so
Muslim. So now I don't
I'm
know what to
looking
say.
I'm looking at this article, and it says some reports have suggested the possibility that Syed, a Sunni Muslim, had targeted his victims over anger that his daughter married a Shia Muslim.
Oh,
So, yeah, I don't know, but
well,
not
I
good.
just wanted to know. I just wanted to bring it there. It sounds like this is a developing story. Beth has already found out there's a suspect in his name. When I wrote my notes on this story, I didn't have one, so I apologize. But
Oh, no
anyway,
problem.
it just seems that's a lot of people to die in a small community
It
at the
really
hands of
is.
somebody
It's
else.
sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So rest in power to those victims. Anyway, what do you got, Beth?
Did you hear about a New York City man who gunned down a restaurant employee in a dispute over duck sauce? Did we
I'm
cover this?
No.
No.
Are you what? No, I don't know. Wait,
What?
what? Duck sauce?
Duck sauce, yeah.
What
So
kind
Glenn
of dispute over sauce?
so Glenn Hirsch is the guy's name that he was arrested, and he murdered Yan Jiwen, a Chinese
Okay.
restaurant deliveryman, in April of this year.
Okay.
And I guess Glenn Hirsch was mad because he wasn't given enough duck sauce in with a
Oh.
November order. So he ordered Chinese food in November, and
Mhm.
then he was so mad after being denied a refund, he went on a harassment campaign, stalking, slashing tires, and pointing a gun at the restaurant's owner. And
What?
then all of that escalated into her shooting Jan while he was delivering food.
No
Isn't that
fucking
crazy?
way. Wait, I have to ask, is Mr. Hirsch white?
White. Yeah. Of
Okay.
course he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find that white people get really mad about very small
Stupid
stuff,
things.
but then
Yeah.
their actions would lead you to believe that it's a very big thing. And
Yes.
duck sauce
Yes.
is very
To have
small.
fucking duck
Wow.
sauce. Yeah. So I guess this guy, Glenn Hirsch, committed suicide. So
What?
yeah.
They don't even get to take him to the jail or
Nope.
ask what the hell, sir?
Nope. So he was supposed to go to a court appearance, but he missed it. So people went looking for him, and they found that he'd committed suicide. He shot himself.
Wow. You know what? It sounds like there was a lot more going on with this man than
Yeah,
just a low
definitely.
duck sauce supply.
Yep. Yeah. Some mental health
So
issues for sure. Yeah.
absolutely. Oh my gosh. What a mess. I mean, there's just so many other options.
Yeah.
Now I'm not talking about just the suicide part. Like he
The duck
could have
sauce.
the duck sauce is not a big deal, bro. Like
No.
wow. So 2 people are dead now, and that's
Yep.
really
And
tragic.
that's over duck sauce.
Well, I did not hear
Ridiculous.
about that story, but thank you, Beth, for keeping
You're
us
welcome.
informed. Look at us, fruities. Next time at the water cooler, we are going to be so informed. I have a sad story.
Okay.
So, did you hear about the father who killed his 3 children and himself on live streaming?
Oh my
after?
God. On live stream?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, apparently he was upset. I guess he ranted about a lot of things. One of the things he said that was that his baby mother gave him an STD. This all happened in Oklahoma City. This man, it was 29 years old. He's a black man, and his name is Francois Littlejohn. And he live streamed the final moments before killing his 3 children and
Oh
himself.
my God.
Now, what had happened was, I guess police were called to the home to do a welfare check, and then the suspect left the family home with the children, and he was threatening to kill the kids on social media before this all went down. And a family
Before
member,
the police
b-
came?
before the killing happened, before
Okay.
that
Okay.
rant, there was another rant, and family members saw it. It must happen at like 4 a.m. on Saturday morning. Family members saw it and reported it to the police, and police tried really hard to find the location of this man and the children. They didn't make it in time to get the kids to safety, and the father executed them. And I just want to say their names: 2-year-old Trinity Littlejohn, 4-year-old Aaliyah Littlejohn, and 6-year-old Kyron Littlejohn. And so just rest in power to those little babies.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
really,
very sad.
really sad case. I feel like there's a theme here today, like get help, talk to
Talk to a
somebody.
therapist.
I mean, seriously, I mean, hurt people hurt other people. And
Right.
even though crime is subjective, the big ones, murder, rape, theft, are so preventable. And that's really this is a sad case. So I'm sorry to bring it here, but I felt like I needed to lift up those little kids' names so we didn't forget
Thank
them.
you. Yeah. So do you have any more stories?
I do have one. It's a silly story.
Okay.
What
All
do you
right.
got?
I got 2 more stories. So I'll do this one, you do yours, and then I'll do my final one.
Close us out. Okay.
Okay. All right. Here. So the Door Christian Fellowship Ministries in McAllen, Texas, performed the musical Hamilton last weekend.
Oh, I heard about this trash ass show.
The McAllen Church performed the musical twice on August 5th and then again on August 6th. And one performance was live streamed and published online, which sounds nice, right?
Not my Hamilton.
Well, it sounds nice, except they changed lyrics and added text without permission.
Yeah, it was super anti-LGBTQ.
Yeah.
I guess.
Clips of the performance show scenes not in the original musical of characters making references to confessing and repenting to the Lord and Savior, while the post-show sermon suggests being gay is a sin and something an individual may struggle with alongside substance addiction, broken marriages, or poor finances.
Okay.
And a representative of the Hamilton musical said the show was unaware of this unauthorized staging of Hamilton, and that the musical does not grant amateur or professional licenses for any stage productions and did not grant one to the Door Church. The production also issued a cease and desist letter for the unauthorized use of the musical's intellectual property. And Lin-Manuel Miranda responded publicly in a tweet saying, "Grateful to all of you who reached out about this illegal, unauthorized production. Now lawyers do their work."
Hell yeah. Yeah, dígale. Tell him. Tell him, Lean. Man.
So gross.
That one, yeah. I don't know. I know it's catchy music, but I don't know why you would taint it to.
Well, they were making it better.
Oh, it was a punch up, you say?
Yes, I'm sure that's what they thought.
No. We're gonna call that one "Punch Down the Jams."
Punch down the jam.
What's one of my favorite?
Punch it down.
Yeah. Wow. Nope. I'm not getting tickets to that show.
Yeah.
I gotta say the day I first saw Hamilton was one of the greatest days of my life. But the day I saw it with Beth was another amazing day in my life.
So awesome.
Oh man, nothing like a little Hamilton to make you feel good.
Yeah. For sure.
Musicals in general. Olivia Newton-John died this week.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to Grease a lot. Like, just beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. I don't even care that there's no black or brown people in it.
It's just, wasn't there some black and brown people in Xanadu?
I've never seen Xanadu. Is that the roller skating
Xanadu one? Yeah.
Nah.
You never saw Xanadu?
No, I've seen Xanadu performed on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I'm not I'm not into it. It doesn't speak to me.
Yeah, it was very silly. It was very
Okay.
silly, but it, it was 1980, and
It was the
it was
80s.
the 80s, and I went and saw it. Yeah, and
Oh, okay.
I think there's some women of color in it. I could be wrong though.
But
I
Olivia
might be
Newton-John was in Xanadu?
misremembering. Yeah, Olivia
Oh.
Newton-John was in it. Yeah,
Oh. Girl,
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's why I brought
I'm
it
like,
up.
"Why are you asking me about Xanadu?"
Why are you talking about
Okay.
Xanadu? Oh, yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking at a picture right now. There's a black lady, there's another lady who, she's a woman of color.
Well, maybe I'll check it out. I love the ridiculous,
It
and
is
I love
very
roller skating.
silly. It's very silly.
Roller
Yeah, it's
skated roller
dumb.
skated yesterday. I've actually been wearing my roller skates during the day, like,
Oh,
while I work at home. Well, they say
really?
if you wanna be really good at roller skating, you should wear your roller skates
Just
more often,
all over the place, huh?
but it is very dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, so, okay, check out Xanadu.
Well,
Um,
you don't have to. It's very silly.
I
Just
might.
just
I
saying.
might. I might if I can find it streaming somewhere
Maybe we
and
can
speed it
review
up. S
Xanadu on, for our
Hello.
Patreons.
Hello. Things that I know I should watch, but I don't want to. I usually if I can speed it up, like, to one and a
Then
half
you can
speed,
suffer through it.
then I'll do it. Yeah. So if I could find the content out there that is speed upable, you might catch me out
You'll
here
do it.
enjoying
Okay.
Xanadu. Um, I just wanted to say we talked about R. Kelly a couple weeks ago because he was sentenced to 30 years in prison for
Mhm.
basically using his wealth and power and fame to abuse women, girls, and boys
Right.
for years. But guess what?
But
Part of his sentence included that he had to pay a bunch of court fines and give money to, I believe, part of his whatever he pays goes to some fund
the
to
victims
help,
fund.
yeah, human trafficking
Oh,
victims.
okay. Okay.
But he owes the court $140,000 and he hasn't paid it. So the court
Oh
said,
my god.
you know what? We've seen your commissary account, your inmate account. There's
Yeah.
$28,000 in there.
So they
And
just took it?
they're like, well, they haven't yet, but they can. And they are asking for it. So anyway,
Yeah, Jesus Christ. He's got to have like shit tons of money.
yeah, I mean, he wrote music. He wrote songs for Michael Jackson, for Whitney Houston,
He's
and
got
Celine
to
Dion,
be
not
still
to mention
earning
his
money off
own.
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I know none of us are playing his music at the cookouts. I haven't heard R. Kelly at all this summer, but somebody out there is still listening.
Somebody
And
is.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is still, I think, earning money. So, get those fees, y'all, so
Yeah.
that the money can go towards some good. So I just
Yeah.
thought it was funny. The headline: R. Kelly is broke. But not quite.
Not
So,
really.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the last one I got.
His
What-
broke ass is in jail.
his broke ass is in jail. Yes. Yes. Look at my friend. Yes.
I got
so what else you
one
got?
more story for you.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So this happened in Richmond, California.
Okay. Bay Area.
Yeah, is it? I didn't know where it was. It
I
just
think so.
okay. A 36-year-old man who has not been identified was enraged after
Uh-oh.
being uninvited to the services for his mother after she passed away.
Whoa.
His
Oh
rage
boy.
resulted in a chaotic altercation between 8 to 20 members of the same family who were reportedly
Oh.
armed.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
imagining they're a bunch of rednecks, but I don't really know.
Well, emotions are high at funerals. You've never
Yeah.
been to a funeral where this uncle and that uncle fight and then somebody has to threaten to call the police to get them to stop?
No,
Just me?
no. Weddings,
Oh.
weddings, yes. Not funerals. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the feud first broke out between the brother and sister who had not gotten along for many years. When the sister's boyfriend tried to break up the dispute, the brother, who reportedly had a stun gun, began beating the boyfriend.
On his
Officers-
person? A
on
stun
his
gun?
person. Yep.
My sir. Whoa.
Officers responded to Rolling Hills Cemetery in Northern California. So, yeah, I guess Bay Area.
Okay.
After several 911 reports of a large family fight.
Wow.
And then they came across a chaotic altercation. At some
Wow.
point during the argument, the brother got into his car with the intention of running over his sister.
Oh,
Instead
no.
instead, he drove across the grass and gravestones, knocking over and damaging headstones and breaking a
Oh,
water main, which flooded
uh-oh.
the funeral director's grandmother's plot and also the mother's empty grave.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God, what a disaster. This is Three Stooges level.
I know.
Wow.
While driving across the grass, the brother struck another woman in her 30s, his not his intended target. She went to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, so she's okay.
Okay.
He also managed to knock over his mother's casket.
Are you serious? This isn't a joke. This
No,
this sounds
this
like a
is
setup for
true.
a joke or a bit.
I know.
Whoa.
It sounds like a scene in a
A
comedy
comedy
movie.
sketch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Wow.
they knocked over the mother's casket, but her body didn't fall out. So at least there's that.
Pandemonium. Pandemonium.
And then,
Wow.
and then, when the
Oh my
brother
God.
got out of his car, a different family member struck him in the head with a cane.
Hey, stop acting a fool. Wow. Wow. Uncle
Yeah.
Charlie is losing it, Mom. Whoa. Can you imagine being at I mean, wow, what a
No,
scene.
what a
What a
scene. Yeah.
scene.
So the brother
Wow.
was arrested for felony assault with a deadly weapon and vandalism, and
Mm.
preliminary estimates from the memorial park suggest the dispute caused at least $20,000 worth of damage.
Wow. And you know what? If it's intentional, insurance won't pay for it.
They won't pay
So,
for it, huh?
ooh, he's gonna that's a hefty
He's
bill.
gonna
I know I
pay.
don't have
Yeah.
$20,000 laying around.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why I don't go around fighting fools in public or running people over with a car. Come on now. Wow, what a story.
Yeah, I
Well,
thought
I
you'd like
love
that
that
one.
one. I think that is rockets in my shoes, more like atomic bombs. Okay? What a wow. I don't know
You
what to say.
better call Trump and get the nuclear codes.
Oh. Oh my God. That is good. Well, my friend, this has been fun. I've
Yeah,
missed you. I'm so glad
me
we got to
too.
catch up on the news.
Yeah,
And thank you all for joining us. Look,
yeah.
that's the news. Look alive, y'all. It's crazy out there.
It really is.
Seriously. Yeah. Oh my